We have just worked out the technology, so we are ready to start, and we're going to be talking about how we can be happy, positive, and boost our emotional intelligence. I've built quite a lot of content for you guys. You guys get to keep the slides, you guys get to keep the recording, just let us know what you want afterwards. So I love this quote, and it says, whether you believe you can do something or not, you're right. So if you believe you can be happy, you will be happy. If you believe you will be successful, you'll be successful. Anything you put your mind to can and will happen. Sometimes not in the second that we want. Sometimes we need to try a little bit harder, or I don't know, do an extra course or spend an extra week at the gym to strengthen the muscle. But anything you want is possible. But first you need to believe it. So if you don't want to be stressed, if you want to be productive, if you want to achieve all of your goals this year, everything is possible. But first you need to believe. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about what is emotional intelligence, what it is, personality test. I'm going to give you guys an activity. I'm going to be talking to you guys about the power of saying no, because the more no you say, the more you'll be able to be happy and the more productive you'll be. And I know it sounds crazy. I spent thousands of dollars on coaches learning how to do that, and it's so powerful. I'm going to be talking to you guys about the power of being weird, which also brings out positivity in all of us. How to manage stress. I'm going to be talking also about productivity tools, and we finish off with looking after our health, and it interconnects everything that we've spoken in the previous points. So before we get started, if for those of you guys that aren't connected with us, please do. And for those of you guys that are connected, please share, tag us today, share your friends, because the world is going through a lot right now. I feel like a lot of people have run out of energy. And we're going through this flow of back and forth of emotions and news, and I don't even want to go into it. So share this, whatever you learned today, share with your friends. Take photos, tag, screenshot, ask us for a copy of the slides, and share with everybody, because we're building this as day one of a 30-day campaign on positivity, because we feel like the world needs it more than ever. So go crazy on sharing the message, and it's free. It's for everybody. And if we can all pass happiness to others, we'll make it contagious. We'll create a movement of it. So we are on Zoom. So please leave your cameras on so I can see your beautiful smiles. Don't mute yourself. Unmute yourself and you can talk to me the whole time. I've built this so that I can empower you guys. So if you don't understand something or you want me to go deeper into a topic, every single slide you guys see here is probably a summary of another 4 hours of content. So I really try to summarize to give you guys as much results as possible, but I can go deeper into it. So also you guys can contact me afterwards. So can you do a whole workshop on this? Yes, I can. Or just ask me questions today. I don't know who you are with the bandana. You look like Minnie Mouse. I love it. So for us to have results, number one is for us to believe we're going to get the results. And number two, we need to action. That's the reality. Because I can give you guys a list of amazing books. You guys can attend my webinars every day. If you don't take any action, you're not going to see results. So first is believing, then taking action, which is aligned to what we've just discussed. Emotional intelligence about identifying, managing, and controlling. So identify is here, managing and controlling takes action. And this is why you guys see on everything that I do, everything at Academy Spinners is all about boss your future, boss your health, boss your happiness. It's all within you. So emotional intelligence is literally the number one skill you need to succeed in everything in life. So emotional intelligence is a 4-step process. It is about you identifying, managing, and controlling your emotions and the emotions of others. When you as a leader are happy, everyone's happy. Look at back in school. The happy kids had happy friends. Look in the world, billionaires have friends that are billionaires. If you come from the tax space like Matt, all of his friends are in the tax space. And that's just life. So it's about you choosing who you're going to have around you, but you also have an influence in others. For me, I either want happy people around me or I want people that want to be happy, and I'm happy to give them all of my energy. But if you're going to be positive, get out. So because I have the power of influencing every single one of you guys to be happy. But you guys need to believe you can be happy. And number two is take action. So it's community. And this is why emotional intelligence is the only thing you need to succeed in life. Because if you know What gets you to be happy? What gets you to be productive? What gets you to be successful? What gets you to be rich? You learn how to code your body. It's called biohacking. You hack your body towards getting those results, and people start copying you, and that's when it creates a movement. So all you need in life is to work on your emotional intelligence. So this is why the most famous, richest, successful people, they all have a lot of coaches. They don't have one coach. They have multiple coaches that help them get better at many things that they're good at every day. And you should focus on getting better at the things you're good at every day, because success is not linear. Life is not, it doesn't go according to plans. How many of us plan a day and everything goes as smoothly as you planned? I don't think it has ever happened, even in my life. Never. And I'm a productive, happy person. And honestly, my life is this. Yesterday, if you guys called me, everyone that called me, I felt like I was Elon Musk with that comment from Elon Musk, which is not my favorite quote, but this is how I felt yesterday, that being an entrepreneur is like eating broken glass. Yesterday, I spent the whole day eating broken glass. It was one surprise after another. And it was just, and I chose to deal with them, find solution. I still put a smile on my face, and I just went, no one can stop me. But it wasn't an easy day. I had to take so many steps back, but it's pushing us forward. So I don't care at all. So emotional intelligence about identifying, managing, and controlling. And because I stayed so calm, everyone around me stayed calm throughout all of the disasters that we had to solve yesterday. And that's what life is about. Every day we have changes, we have surprises. But when we know what we're working towards, when we choose to be happy, successful, healthy, we're always going to achieve our goals. And we just need to focus more and more in doing what we love. Honestly, when I see people saying, oh, I dropped out of school, or I sold my house to start a business, and they're doing what they love, you know they're going to be successful. I was speaking to someone last night, and the grandpa didn't even make it to high school. Came from a really poor family in Colombia and just went, not going to even go to high school. And then now it's one of the richest families of Colombia, and they own the biggest charities of Colombia. Because he realized that what made him happy would give results, and he could create an amazing life for his future family. Then it became his family, and now for all of his country. And now they have an impact in many countries around the world. So focus on doing what you love every day. If you love surfing, make sure that no matter how stressed you are, no matter how much work you have to do, surf every day if you love it. If you love traveling, doesn't matter how many hours your business needs, just shuffle it around and make sure that you've got enough hours so you can travel once a week and go on a road trip or jump on a plane every month. Focus on doing what you love, because your brain can hack solutions for anything, no matter how hard it is. But you need to start listening to your brain and see it as the most powerful tool. Like, it's here. Your brain is the biggest asset, but it's your biggest enemy. You guys have seen me saying this many times. Our brains are our biggest enemy. They're the ones that create what you were talking before about, I feel scared, I've got anxiety. It's all here. Like, half the time when you just go, I feel stressed, and then you stop just like, okay, I'm stressed. Identify. Why am I stressed? Because of that. Should I be stressed about that? And then you just go, no, and you just push it away, and then it doesn't come back. So a person has around, it depends on who you speak to, says 50 to 80,000 thoughts a day. I think in the world that we're living in, we definitely have 80,000 thoughts a day. And out of those 80,000 thoughts a day, 80% of them are negative because it's trying to make us survive. And 95% are the same as the day before. So it's just repeating, because we're used to running away from the lion. So if you saw a lion 100 years ago, and you were trained by your family that the lion was going to eat you, what do? You see a lion, you freak out, you feel ice going through your veins, and you stop running. So you've been trained, but half the time, is a lion really going to eat you? I've done modeling with lions when I was little, and I'm here. They didn't do anything to me. So it's all about a mindset. So the people that we hang out with, they put beliefs in our head, and then we repeat someone else's story, but half the time is not even true. And I see that a lot of that with students. Students hear from the teachers, you need to do this, or from the parents, or international students hear from other international students, or people that have failed. They're bad influence if they keep on preventing you. Just because someone failed in the business, don't let them think that your business is going to fail. Hang out with positive, successful people that have made mistakes like me. I've made billions of mistakes, but at the end, I always succeed. So hang out with people that have been there and done that and can give you positivity upwards. And what happens? When we have negative emotions, it narrows our thinking. We don't see everything that's happening. We just go on repetitive, narrow. It limits our interpretation of the events. It has a linear way, so it doesn't let us be creative. It has a linear way of processing information, and it digs deeper down into the problem. It causes us to fight. This is why negative people are often fighting. It shrinks us from seeing the opportunities. It has a more lasting effect. It repeats. If someone does something bad for you, you're going to remember that. Some people remember it forever. But if someone gives you a flower in the street and smiles, or say that you look good, or you have a pretty smile, are you going to remember that the next day? No. It's crazy how our brain is. And it also absolutely kills our performance. Now, when we are positive, we have this mindset that we're very creative and we get excited about solving problems. It gives us also the power to be more willing to find solutions. It helps us to cause engagement between our team so we can collaborate and everybody's really interested in it. It helps us take more risk. It causes us to more deeply think of the problem, but not in a negative way, but in a problem-solving way. It helps us to see all of the options. And also, it helps us to be more interested and learn faster. So look at all of the positive sides of it. So focus on this. Next time you catch yourself having a negative thought, just go, how can I make the most of it? And think positive. I did a presentation for the Australian government last week, and we were looking at case studies of high school kids that turned the lockdown into an opportunity. There's one specific group of kids, there's 2 kids that are making $70,000 by selling puzzles over the lockdown. So many people. I had a meeting with the Department of Entrepreneurship. So the government presented with us this morning over in Colombia, and Jorge Madrid was telling us that the Colombian businesses have grown on average by 30%. So again, it's a mindset. I remember right when lockdown started, I had just come back from the Philippines, and someone told me, I was walking through a store with a friend, and someone told me and this friend of mine that apparently 33% of businesses in Australia were going to go bankrupt. And I heard that and I just went, great, I'm not in the 33%. So every time a challenge would come, it gave me more energy because I promised myself we were going to grow. And last year, we as entrepreneurs grew profit-wise by 688%, which is almost unheard of in the startup world. And we did not need investors. We just pivoted and adapted and pivoted and adapted. But I chose to have a positive mindset, never give up, and find solutions for everything. And you can do the same. And the more you know yourself, how you can hack positivity, productivity, whether it's through exercising, eating healthy, the people you network with, attending these events, the more you know that, the more you become a wise person. So super recommend you guys to do all of the personality tests that are legitimate around the world. Literally put your email in all of them and maybe do one a day. So if you guys send an email to contact@AE-study, we'll send you a copy of the emotional intelligence ebook, and it has about 20 activities on emotional intelligence, and probably 10 of them are personality tests that are absolutely free. Do every personality test. And then after you finish doing the test, just go, where is the truth in it? Where in my life have I used these strengths or these results and I saw an effect? So for example, I love this test called the Bossy DNA, and it shows what type of entrepreneur are you? Are you someone that sees opportunities? Are you someone that builds? Are you an innovator or you're a specialist? So specialist is like a scientist that becomes better. An opportunist is someone that connects two dots between two other people, and then they run the business for them, but they actually didn't create it. A builder is someone that goes in and builds the same business for a long time. And an innovator is someone that builds Uber, Airbnb. So what type of leader are you? And then as soon as you know, when you see a problem in your business, when you see an opportunity, You go and just go, I'm an innovator. How am I going to innovate a solution for this problem? So do the Myers-Briggs, do the EDIS, do all of the tests. So please send us an email and we'll share it with you guys. Next thing is literally to figure out, what do you love doing and what do you hate? And just be honest with yourself. I can give you guys right now a list of everything that I hate and everything I'm bad at. But the fact that I've identified what happens, I can manage my stress, control it, and encourage others in my team to do that work for me. So every time I need someone in the team to do something that I don't like, I just go, hey, bring your superpower. You're part of the business because you have a strength I don't have. I need you to help me. What happens? I motivate them because they know that they're good at that. I'm letting them do what they love. I value them. So I make them feel special because they are special. They're part of our organization because we all have to work with each other's strengths and acknowledge each other's weaknesses. And what happens? We get unbelievable results. So I love doing this activity. I do it at least once a month. I get a piece of paper and I write down everything that I love doing right now and everything that I absolutely can't stand doing. Then I get everything on the hate side and I just go, let's hire more people. Let me speak to the team that we've got in-house and see who wants to pick these projects because I don't want to do it. And what do? I clear out more space to do the things that I love. The more you do what you love, the more you will achieve results. I'll give you guys an example. I'm absolutely dyslexic. This is why most of my slides have no words. Can you see? I have no words. I just put images so I know what I can talk to you guys about. And most of the words that I have are quotes that I've copy pasted from Google because I am dyslexic. I know how to solve problems, but I don't know how to focus. I get bored. I hate it. So what did I do? I was doing all of the finances, data entry, and paying invoices on Saturday mornings because I knew that was my free time. So first, I was using my free time to do what I absolutely hated, which was data entry and processing invoices. And the worst is that because I'm dyslexic, I would type the numbers incorrectly. So at least 30% of the payments that I would do by Sunday would bounce back into accounts because there was a wrong number in the bank account. So it's triple annoying. It was ruining my Saturday mornings. I was doing what I didn't like. And on Sunday, I would wake up with the bad news that it was all a mistake. Then I sat with our finance coach and he just went, what do you hate doing? And I just went, bookkeeping. And he just went, Paula, how much do you get paid to present publicly? And I just went, well, depending on the project, up to $12,000 an hour. And he just went, how much do you pay a bookkeeper to do data entry for you overseas? And I said, $6. And he just went, you're telling me that you could be earning for the company $12,000 an hour by doing presentations, and you're doing the work that someone can do for 6 hours, for $6 an hour, and won't make a mistake, and they love it. You could be creating a job right now for someone at $6 an hour, and you could be doing what you love, which is presenting, and you're telling me that you're literally making mistakes, wasting your energy, and losing $12,000 an hour for not letting someone at $6. So since I've had this behavior, I just look at and sometimes I pay people like $1,000 an hour to do something for me. But my hour is more than $1,000 an hour. And my health and my happiness, let's not even talk about it. So if you don't enjoy cleaning your house, get a cleaner. If you're not good at designing your slides, get someone to design them. Whatever that you love doing, focus on doing that and acknowledge the things that you don't like. And you'll see that there's other people that do it better and you can focus on doing what you're good at. Another thing that is super important for you to be happy and be productive is learn how to say no. And it's so hard to say no because we think that by us saying yes, we're being positive, we're helping the world. But the more you say yes to things that you don't want, the more unhappy you're going to become. And this is what Steve Jobs used to say. It is only by saying no, wait, let me just move this. Only by saying no that you can concentrate on the things that are really important. So we have 24 hours in a day. You have to say yes to the things that you want to say yes, that give immediate results in your life, in your happiness, in your bank account, in everything that matters to you. So my challenge, I used to say yes to everything. I worked with a coach and he said, you need to say 3 no's a day. I love the number 21. So I challenged myself to say 21 no's a day. Anyone would ask me for anything that I didn't want to do, that wasn't either for the company or wasn't helping my health, because I love my exercise and my health and all of these things. I kept on saying no. And now what happened? We just kept on growing and growing and growing. And now I've realized that the more yeses I say, the more it's going to affect my health, my productivity, and even the finance of the business. So learn how to say no to things that stop you from being focused and achieving things towards your goal. Also, I want to share a secret with you guys, and you guys will think that I'm absolutely crazy for saying this, but stay weird. So I'm dyslexic. I have slides with no words. This is a photo. It's not even a word. I have a lot of energy, and I meet with presidents and I give them a hug and a kiss, and I talk to them as if I'm talking to my best friends, because that's my personality. So my weirdness makes me stand out from the crowd, be happier, and achieve results. And this is what you need to do. Focus on doing what you love and be weird. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, so from founder of Amazon, founder of Tesla, Richard Branson, and Bob Marley, what do? They're absolutely mental. Would you consider them normal people? They all have lived in the factories. These 3 guys are trying to send rockets out to space. You speak to them and they don't even make sense, but they're weird and they have fun and they have the dream life. If Bob Marley heard what everybody was saying, he would never have done music, had his crazy hair, and had a happy life. Do whatever it is weird, it doesn't matter. I am weird in so many ways. But the more I do the weird things that create a positive impact in the world, the more I can change the world. And the more I become happy and those around you become happy. And then the more I can stand out. Have a look at any of your friends. If you've got a crazy friend, you'll remember them. It's contagious. It catches attention. Now, when you are scared of showing your true self, and you close yourself and you dress like everybody and you keep your voice low and you just follow orders, what happens? You disappear in society. There's 7.6 billion people out there in the world. If you're like everybody, you're a nobody. If you let your light shine into the world, you're going to be happy, productive, and achieve all of your results. So talking about, you guys were talking about stress and fear and all of that, that is a choice. Unless you get diagnosed with something that is a sickness, and even then, I've had friends getting diagnosed with the worst things ever, and they still chose to be positive, and they always get cured because it's here again. So stress is a choice. So next time you see yourself feeling stressed, identify, manage, and control, and tell it to go away. And remember what I showed you guys on being positive and the growth mindset. Everything is possible. So a tool that I love doing is free. Get your phone and get the alarm to ring every 30 minutes. And every time it rings, just go, how am I feeling right now? Catch your thoughts, catch your feelings. And then if it's positive, congratulate yourself and then question yourself, how can I feel happier for longer? When you catch yourself in fear, with anxiety, with stress, which is normal, but you are now choosing to be an emotional intelligence leader. So when you catch yourself not having the feelings and thoughts that you want to feel, make a choice, take action, and rewire your brain to be positive. A way that you can do it is stop in that second, if you're feeling scared or stressed, and just go, stop writing the things you're grateful for. Right now, what are you grateful for? I have electricity, I have internet, I have friends, I have food in the fridge, I spoke to my family today, I saw the sunshine, someone gave me a flower. Make a list of all and stop writing. And then before you know, you will feel good. When you're grateful, you can't feel sad. You can't feel stressed. You can't feel anxiety. It kills everything. And it's a free tool. So just put yourself in the habit of checking in with your thoughts. And the best way you can do is just by putting it on your phone. And you will see that after 21 days, you'll start having this habit of being positive. And after 90, it will just be part of your lifestyle. And it's so simple. Next thing, let's talk about productivity. So once you choose to be emotional intelligence, to be positive, to not be stressed, we just go, how do I hack myself to be productive? So I personally love using a calendar, and I like using a digital calendar so I can move things around. And I love knowing that the team can see my calendar. So they know that if I've got a meeting and I'm not answering the phone call, I'm in a meeting. They know that if they want to speak to me, if I have a gap, they can book it in. I love having things in the diary. And also in little things like, I'll give you guys an example, and it's something silly. I was living overseas and I was leaving my 2 cars in one of the city campuses. And then one day I received a phone call from the Australian traffic system saying that I didn't have a driver's license, that I had lost my driver's license. And I just went, what do you mean I don't have a driver's license? They're like, you have no more points. You're illegally driving. And I just went, what do you mean? What fines? The students had used my car, and because the car is registered under my driver's license, technically, I didn't know that I got booked. They didn't tell me. So they paid it, but they never took the points out of their license. They left it on mine. So here I am with a driver's license that was about to get deregistered because someone else, or not someone, multiple students had used my cars. So what happened? I asked the police for a copy, or the RTA, for the copy of the fines. I went into my diary and I went to the Australian government and just went, look, I wasn't even in the country. These fines aren't mine. Here's a proof of my tickets. Then I had to figure out who had borrowed what car and what day. And then we spoke to the government, and within a couple of days, they cleared those points out of my driver's license because I had everything organized. So literally, if I have to drive 2 minutes to go to the supermarket, if I'm going to the gym, I put everything in there. Even I make a phone call to my mother. If it's a 5-minute thing, it's okay. If it's 1 hour, I want to know how much time am I spending in giving time and love towards my family. So I have everything in my diary. So block it into the verticals. What is it that you want to achieve? There's 7 days in a week. If you've got people running the United Nations and presidents effectively with 7 days, imagine what you guys can do with a lot less pressure. So see how you want to design your week. Maybe if you're an entrepreneur, Monday you do operations and you structure. Tuesday you do sales because you can follow up on Monday, and Tuesday you can meet with them. Wednesday you can work on product development. Thursday is a great day for partnerships, and pre-lockdown you can go out for rooftop drinks. Friday is a great day for you to organize your finances and HR. Saturday you complete everything that hasn't been done. And Sunday evening you prepare. So organize your week. Another thing that I love doing with my diary is I color code everything. By the way, this is not my diary. My diary has no white space. So I just code it in a way that I know right now during lockdown, I want 2 hours of exercise a day. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see that every day I block at least an hour and I do 2 phone meetings and I go for a 10-kilometer walk. Then in the evening, I do another hour of cycling, because right now with this, everyone's sucking energy out of me. I just need energy to rebuild. And I find that wasting my energy, I get more energy. So every time I go for a run, I could be tired. I come back with more energy. Green, I love the color green for sales because it means money. So I make sure that every day I have specific, so I've divided my week into verticals. 1 day for high schools, 1 day for international students, 1 day for governments, 1 day for partnerships, and 1 day for the investment funds that we own. So I make sure that on the high school day, I've got sales meetings for us to grow our high school strategy. The funds day, I have pitching meetings with investors or with future businesses we're going to be investing. Blue, I use for the team. I don't know why the colors here aren't even right. Blue, I use for the team because this is a problem that I had. For a while, all of the staff around the world were booking meetings with me. And then by the next week, when I was trying to put sales and strategy into my week, I couldn't work because the whole day I was meeting with the team. So now I've learned to say no to some of those meetings, and I put in blue, and I don't want more than 20% of my week meeting with the team because it doesn't give me work time to do all of the other work. Red is urgent, such as preparing today's presentation. I had to put it in red, meaning no one's allowed to book anything in my diary. And it's also a promise to myself that I needed to focus. If I need to drive from one point to another, if I need to finish something urgent, it's red. Pink is all of my to-dos, and gray are projects that have been paid, but I still need to work on them because I normally work on things that are going to come in the future. But if I've already been paid to present, I need to show up. So it goes there as a task that I need to do. Another thing that I love doing is working on time blocks. So every 30 minutes is a different task. A meeting doesn't need to last an hour. 30 minutes is more than enough, maybe even less. So work on time blocks. So align the verticals, the colors, for you to try to have the work-life balance, which is the biggest lie in the world. It doesn't exist. You have to work hard to play hard. Work and then you play. But try to mold it into a way that makes you happy and productive. And I love killing two birds with one stone. So go back to that alarm on your phone and make sure that it's ringing every 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, you catch your thoughts, make a choice to be happy and more productive, and you go into the next task. Every 30 minutes, next task, next task, next task. And don't fall for what technology is doing to us. Instagram, TikTok, Gmail, WhatsApp. There's mean people that work there that are hacking our brain. Don't let them kill your productivity. Don't look at your WhatsApp. Like, I have removed all notifications from my phone. The only notification I get on my phone is my calendar invite with the reminders of the event that I need to go to next. That's the only thing. Nothing else. TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, nothing makes it to my screen. I don't care who needs to contact me, but I put in blocks. So you guys will see that if you get a reply from me on WhatsApp, I'll reply nonstop for 5 minutes, and then you won't hear from me until the next day. Or else I'm going to be the whole day on WhatsApp or TikTok or Instagram. So it's very important for you to be able to focus. Don't do emails all day. Put your team and your clients on the behavior that you only reply to emails at nighttime. So they will email you nonstop, and then they know at nighttime you will reply. And to finalize, you have to hack your health towards achieving all of the impossible. So biohacking is you choosing to identify and manage and control the emotions, the feelings, your productivity, so you can be the best version. Look at all of these top leaders in the world. If they are multi-billionaires that started in normal social class and now they're multi-billionaires sending rockets out to space, if they're able to achieve all of that, so can you. They are listening to the productivity. They have coaches. You need to have coaches that are helping you with your entrepreneurial journey, a network that is positive. You need mentors that mold your ideas and hold your hand, but push you forward as well. So you need to hack yourself to put yourself into the state of flow. I don't know if you guys love swimming or running. I love both of them. Or doing yoga. It just flows. Once you start swimming, you just swim. Like, you just swim nonstop. If you love running, if you love rollerblading, if you love playing the piano, what is it that puts you in the state of flow? Because whatever you have around you has a huge impact. Have you seen, you eat healthy, you feel good. If you eat unhealthy food, not only you'll feel bad in your conscious, but also in your body, and you feel tired. So if you want to be productive, so do you know what I do? I barely have lunch these days. I just nibble on a carrot, on a fruit, yogurt, and cereal, because I know that if I stop and I make myself a meal, I'm going to get sleepy. But I know that if I have 3 almonds every 15 minutes, I've got energy to keep going. So what you eat has an impact. So if you eat something unhealthy, acknowledge the feeling. I always say to people, think about the last effect. If you're trying to get the perfect bikini body for summer and you get a big bar of Kit Kat, it's delicious. But if you eat the whole bar, at the end, you're not going to feel good because you're going to feel guilty. But now think about having the perfect gym body in summer. Think about the feeling of having $1 billion in your bank account. Think about the feeling of waking up 2 extra hours so you can work on a strategy to build that orphanage in Africa. Think about the African kids, that feeling of giving them a hug and cutting the ribbon of the new orphanage. Now, when you think about staying in bed for longer, you're not going to stay. When you think about not going to the gym, when you think about eating the whole bar of chocolate, you're going to stop. So think about the end goal and think about everything that influences you, from the news, social media, negative people. distractions. Hack yourself every 30 minutes, achieve things, and think about the end goal and how can you get towards the end goal as fast as possible by doing the right thing right now. Think also about your top 10 achievements and what did you do to get there? So if you got accepted into a master's for free, you got a full scholarship. When you launched your first business and you made your first $1 million, when you wrote up the perfect business plan and the bank gave you this beautiful loan, when you trained for a triathlon and you made it and you got your medal at the end, how did you get there? What mindset? What skills did you use? Were you in a library? Were you collaborating with inspirational people? Did you have a very powerful coach? How did you get there? So what skills did you use? What space were you in? How did you put yourself into the zone, the flow? And what were the feelings? Some people only produce under stress. And if that's the case with you, I'm not a fan of producing under stress because I think we underproduce, but put yourself in a stressful position and produce. I don't understand when I see people handing in the assessment in the last second and stressing themselves. If you've got a month to do your test for university, school, just start doing it now and get rid of it. Why do people wait until the end to do it? So whatever it is that you want to achieve, think about the skills, the space, the zone, and the feeling that you have around you from things in the past that you achieved, and just replicate that. For me, to be productive, I need to eat healthy, I need to exercise, I need to be around positive people, and I love being by myself. For me to be productive, I need to have a quiet space. So every time I go into Academy of Entrepreneurs, I hide myself in other levels where no one can find me. And then with the time, people like Annalise, Lewis, Chris Peralta, they figure out my hidden spots. They find me, and then I find another one. But it's sometimes I go down to the garage and I work from my car because I need my thinking space. Sometimes I go for a walk, like right now. I've been going out for a walk and just getting a bit of a tan, some energy, seeing fresh air while I do my phone call, because it's just nice, the energy of the sun. It's good for our soul. So what skills, space, and zone and feelings have you had in the past that helped you achieve your goal, and how can you replicate that? These are some of my favorites. Burning energy. Starting the day with yoga, for me, is unbelievable. And I love also activity that I don't have to engage with others. So I love, for example, cycling, running, swimming, because I work with people the whole day long and they ask me questions and I need to know everything. And when I exercise, I want something that I don't have to think. Literally, it's those 2 hours of the day that I just want to be done and not have to interact or react. So I love that, and that gives me a lot of energy. I love coffee in the morning, and I love putting a spoon of organic coconut oil because it gives me more energy. I love that my screen goes darker and darker throughout the evening. So from now onwards, it goes more and more orange, which means that by the end of the day, when I switch off all of the devices, I then take a journal and I read a couple of chapters of a book, and I start slowing down and I start reducing the amount of light in my house. Then towards the end, I just have a candle around the house. I have some crystals to energize. I set the intentions for the next day, and I slowly start fading away. And that gives me energy. Because if I go from presenting to you guys and you guys asking me 100 questions and I try to sleep, I'm going to be so excited. And then I might go, oh my God, I need to send Matthew this and Luana this and Jose this. I'll be like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to sleep straight away. But if I start preparing myself to put myself through a state of flow so I can sleep, I will sleep better. Sleep for me is super important. Sometimes I don't get to sleep 8.5 hours, which is what I need. So halfway through the day, the next day, I cancel the meeting and I just sleep. Or I just book sleep nonstop for 2 days on the weekends. And what I mentioned to you guys, when you are grateful, it kills anxiety and stress. So next time you see yourself not being positive, feeling anxiety and stress, don't judge yourself. It's absolutely normal. As I mentioned to you guys before, we have 80,000 thoughts a day. 80% of them are negative, and 95% are the same as the day before. So don't judge yourself. Just get a piece of paper and start writing it down. Have some little things that remind you that life is good. Like I had Yuka, one of our legends at Academy Spinners, sending me this just for more positive energy right at the beginning of the lockdown. So every time I'm about to like sign a big contract or do a big pitch where I'm feeling a lot of energy, I just touch the crystal and I remember the feeling of when she sent it to me. I also believe in the power of crystals, and it just reminds me to take a deep breath, and then I've got energy again. So there's different techniques that will work differently. Like maybe if you talk about crystals, some guys laugh, but it's okay. Some for you guys work, others is for going for a walk, others are grabbing a glass of water or turning on a song. Like